Welcome back. Today we are going to be opening up the clay, okay? So you have a centered piece of clay. I'm going to break down opening up the clay into 4 pretty straightforward steps. First step, maintain the boundary. So however your hands land after you have the clay centered, just kind of relax and leave them sort of wrapped around the clay. Nice and easy. You're not applying any pressure. You're just kind of maintaining that boundary, okay? Step 1, maintain the boundary. Step 2, just commit to it. So when it comes to opening up the clay or dropping the well, as it's sometimes referred to, whether you do it with your thumbs or your fingertips or whatever, I don't think there's any really right way to do it. I use my thumbs, but I do, when I'm ready to roll, I just sort of dive my thumbs in and commit to it, okay? If you hesitate, what I found is I tend to, again, kind of overthink it or psychoanalyze it or whatever, and that's when things can get all kind of crazy pants on you, okay? So, yeah, step 2, commit to it. Step 3, test it. Always, always test your depth, okay? So after you drop the well, after you open up the clay, grab one of these little jammers, one of these pin tools, and I'll show you in the video, obviously, but check your depth every single time. After you do this, over the course of, I would say even like years, several thousand pots, the muscle memory will kind of be hardwired in there, and then you may not have to do it every single time. I make it a habit of doing it, especially on larger work, sometimes plates, but you know, at this point with a lot of smaller pots, I can kind of get away with not checking the depth so much after doing it for so many years. And then finally, step 4 is just to open up the clay. So your hands are kind of maintaining that boundary, and either your fingertips or your thumb is just sort of gonna gently open that clay up, getting ready for the first pull, okay? Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the video. We'll see you on the other side of it. Thanks. Okay, so you've got your lovely centered piece of clay, all right? We're gonna open this clay up, 4 easy steps. So your hands are kind of in this position or wherever, right after you have it centered. I don't even move them, I just relax them as best I can. And then first step, maintaining this boundary nice and relaxed. Second step, we're gonna just commit to it. So we're gonna open the clay, or what's sometimes referred to as dropping the well. I do it with my thumbs. I just find that center point and just commit to it. You can do it with your fingertips, same difference. Again, step 2, commit to it. So dive in our digits down into the clay, just like that, kind of one smooth motion, all right? Step 3, the most important step of all time in all of the universe. Always check the depth, okay? Depends on what you're making, and how deep you want it to be, the foot, the style, blah, 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 all that jazz. But get in the habit of always checking the depth. Crazy straightforward. Grab your pin tool, poke it into the clay, put your finger where, kind of rest your finger on the clay and then lean it against the pin tool, pull it up, and now you know the depth. Cool? Check this every time. Even if you're not spot on, you know, you can always go lower. Sometimes can't really bring it back up, but whatever. Everything's a learning experience. After you do it about 10,000 times over the course of a few years, it'll become muscle memory. I still do it even after almost 10 years doing this full time. I still do it, especially on large pieces. So step 3, check your depth. And then finally, step 4, open it up. So I do it by pulling my thumbs to my palms. You can obviously do it if you drop the well with your fingertip. Just pull your fingertip kind of to the heel of your hand. And when I'm doing this, super, super important, relax your hands outside here. Our hands are super, they have a tendency to be hardwired to grip, okay? If any of you have come across the issue where later on down when you're trying to do pulls and the little donut pops off there, this is usually where it starts. Once you open up the clay, our hands want to grip the clay. Just keep this blade of your hand nice and relaxed and just open her up, just like that, okay? Another little added bonus sort of a thing, I usually come through and I compress the floor of the pot, either with my finger, or you can always get the old sponge involved and just go back and forth a few times and kind of compress the floor of your piece. I do it mainly out of habit. I think it makes the pot stronger. It's kind of aligning the particles and compressing the clay down here. I don't know. It's kind of at your discretion. So again, maintain the boundary, commit to it, test the depth, and then open up the clay. Cool? So there we are, friends. We've opened the clay. Cool? We're one step closer. Getting better every time. Awesome. So just to reiterate, 4 steps: opening the clay, maintain the boundary, nice and relaxed. Don't forget to breathe, relax all the things. Commit to it. So just drop the well, open it up, thumbs, finger, whatever your preference is. I don't see a right way to do it. I just do it with my thumbs. That's how I learned, you know, whatever you want to do. So second step, commit to it. Third step, always test the depth. Always test the depth. It's an awesome habit to get into. It's going to make you a better potter down the road. Plus, the more sort of good habits that you can kind of hardwire into the rhythm of you making pots will just set you up for less things that you have to kind of consciously think about when you're throwing pots in the future. Okay, so step 3, test the depth. And then finally, step 4, just open it up. Relax the blades of your hands, relax all the things, breathe, and just open that clay up however you do it. Okay, thank you again for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. Let me know what you want to see next. I love suggestions. Sometimes I kind of space out and you know, I want to hear what you all want to hear and want to see. Okay, so let me know what you want to see next. Throw it down in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn those notifications on so that you'll be notified when I keep uploading these videos. I'm going to kind of walk through making a pot, walking through the steps, the basics. Okay. Next video is going to be doing the first pull. Okay. So now that we have the clay opened up, I'm going to show you how I go about kind of doing that first pull on the clay. Cool. So again, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. You'll have a great rest of your day.